Hi, Dr. Flores. My name is Lauren Payton, and today we're going to be talking about work breakdown structure and project scope within project management. All right, so the two can collaboratively work together in order to have two ways of organization. So both work breakdown structure and project scope statements can work together, or a project can involve just one or the other. So as for a scope statement, it outlines the entire project and it includes any deliverables and the features of them, as well as the stakeholders who will be involved and affected. It also includes any major project objectives, deliverables, and certain goals that help measure the success of the project. As for the work breakdown structure, it is defined from the Association of Project Management as a hierarchical structure of things that the project will make or outcomes that will be delivered. So everything that you need to accomplish the project is displayed in an easy to read, easy to understand chart. And the purpose of this chart is to break down very complex tasks and activities into smaller, more manageable activities. As for the project scope statement, a way to create this is by an outline. You can see the outline picture within the screen. It has 7 steps, including justification, the scope description, the business objectives, the project deliverables, the project exclusions, constraints, and assumptions. And I did want to mention constraints because that is a very important part of a project is working around what constraints you have and knowing how to effectively complete the project despite some of the objectives not working very well or not as planned. As for a common technique that can be used to develop the project scope statement, that would be a technique called SMART goals. And SMART is an acronym that stands for specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time oriented goals. So, well defined project goals can specify the objective of the project. And the SMART objectives that are set in a specific time span for completion, it definitely organizes the project clearly and outlines when it's supposed to be done. SMART goals should also include what is trying to be accomplished, who is involved in the project, and whom the project is for. So here we have the project work breakdown structure flow chart. And this is one of the fundamental features of the WBS. It describes the deliverables, which you can see on top. So the deliverables are production layout, review meetings, approvals, market testing, and sales and training. So these deliverables have to occur in order for the new product to be developed. However, in order for these deliverables to be completed, there are small steps within. And so you can see all of those small steps within each deliverable. All right, and as for the flow chart that we were just discussing, the tree structure view is an easy to understand visual breakdown of the work breakdown structure, and it's essentially a flowing checklist. But you can do a work breakdown structure in many different forms. I just prefer the tree as I'm a bit of a visual learner. And the 5 deliverable uh, topics up front uh, do show what needs to be accomplished, and each deliverable has up to 6 subtasks that need to occur in order to get that deliverable done. All right, and so as I conclude the presentation, some things that I took away from it were that the project scope statements and work breakdown structures are two very common tools, and they can be used together, or you can use one or the other within project management. Both tools increase the success of project delivery, and they clearly outline the steps that are needed to succeed, and they are both time oriented. They set time bound goals. WBS is a much more specific diagram with deliveries and sub deliveries, and I definitely recommend it, especially if it clicks with you on doing a tree diagram or whichever way you prefer. WBS is a way of checking off each box essentially and making sure that the product is deliverable. Thank you so much for listening. The next slide is my references, which can be seen on the attached presentation. Thanks.